Hey everyone, my name's Garrett, and in this little intro video, I've decided to go over the 7 diagnostic criteria for avoidant personality disorder and to just read them off and talk a little bit about how I relate to each one and some of my symptoms and feelings in regards to each of the 7 specific criteria. So please enjoy. Avoids occupational activities that involve significant interpersonal contact because of fears of criticism, disapproval, or rejection. I particularly relate to this symptom because although I'm 26 years old, I've never had a job before. And I am deathly afraid of even applying for one because of those fears of not doing a good job, being criticized, and likely being fired because of my inability to interact with other people, especially customers. I don't think I would ever be able to do that. Is unwilling to get involved with people unless certain of being liked. So this one is a little tricky because I'm generally unwilling to get involved with people even if I even if there is some kind of certainty that they're going to like me. So it's like rationally, I know that most people don't hate me. Like, I'm not a bad person to be around. But there's always this constant nagging fear that no one wants you around and you're not good enough for their. You're not good enough to be in their presence. They would be happier if you were not there and you don't belong with them. So I'm especially unwilling to get involved with people if there is some amount of uncertainty that I won't be accepted. Shows restraint within intimate relationships because of the fear of being shamed or ridiculed. This is also a little bit of a tricky one to go over because I don't have much experience with intimate relationships or relationships of any kind. But the very little experience that I do have shows that, and this kind of relates to the previous one, is unwilling to get involved with people and certain being liked. And I said that even if I did have that certainty, that I still am unwilling to get involved. That's still kind of the same case when I was in a relationship. Although maybe not as extreme, I still was hesitant to show my true self because of fears that I'm not good enough and that if I showed someone who I really am, then they wouldn't like me and they would leave. Now, as far as being shamed or ridiculed, that's kind of a strange way to put it, in my opinion. It's not really the shame or the ridicule that's the problem. It's this overarching fear that if you don't show restraint, if you don't hide your true self, then people will not accept you because you're not good enough. Is preoccupied with being criticized or rejected in social situations. So I feel like I've gone over this a little bit, but this totally fits me to a T. I am 100% preoccupied whenever I'm around any other human being that they will reject me, that they will not like me, that I'm not good enough, that I'm taking space that a more worthy human being could take. Is inhibited in new interpersonal situations because of feelings of inadequacy. Again, I feel like there's going to be a little bit of repetition in what I'm saying, but obviously, yeah, if I meet somebody new or if I'm in some new situation that I've never encountered before, I'm going to feel as if I'm not good enough. Like if I meet somebody new, I would just assume that I'm probably the dumbest person that person has met all day. I'm probably the ugliest person that person's seen all day. I'm probably just overall the most unappealing person that they've met, at least that day, maybe all week. As far as being inhibited goes, I would say that I am I would say that I'm only really comfortable either by myself or with someone who is extremely close to me. And that's mostly just my sister. I think literally anyone else on the planet, even other relatives that I've known all my life, and I have no reason to think that they would hate me or anything, or think that I'm stupid or ugly or not worth time. I'm still very inhibited and shy and reserved around them, too. Views self as socially inept, personally unappealing, or inferior to others. Well, I don't just view myself as those things. I kind of see it as a fact that I'm socially inept, unappealing, and inferior. I think that's one of my biggest issues that I don't feel is really possible to overcome. I just think it is a fact that in most ways I am inferior to pretty much everyone out there. I'm not especially smart. I'm not especially good looking or especially funny or especially nice, I guess. I don't see any part of me as being exceptional or even on the level that the average person is unusually reluctant to take personal risk or to engage in any new activities because they may prove embarrassing. So yeah, even making a video like this has been a massive source of anxiety for me for years now. I really wanted to do something like this for a long time. I've put it off for so long because it's so incredibly paralyzing to to do this and to put myself out there and be vulnerable in a way, I suppose. But yeah, in general, also I'm not really in general I'm very reluctant to do new things. Especially by myself. If I have my sister with me, it's generally easier for me to go out and do simple things. For example, we just got vaccinated the other day, and even something as simple as that, I was really freaking out about it. And it wasn't about the shot, it wasn't about actually getting the vaccine. It was just, I was so afraid of going somewhere new and embarrassing myself and, not knowing what to do, what the process is. Pretty much looking like a fool in front of everyone, I suppose. Yeah, these feelings keep me from doing a lot of the things that I would like to do.